You are not here by accident. Something in you recognized this topic immediately, not out of curiosity, but familiarity. In the previous message, we spoke about the 9 types of chosen ones, 9 distinct roles, 9 different ways a soul serves a greater purpose. But one question was left unanswered. Which one are you? When you don't know your role, life feels unclear. You sense a calling, but lack direction. You know you're different, yet can't explain why the same patterns keep repeating. This message is not here to label you. It is here to help you recognize the role that reflects who you truly are. As we move through the 9 types, don't overanalyze. Notice which one makes you pause, which one feels familiar without effort. Because among the 9, there is one role you don't need to learn. You remember it. A chosen one is not someone special by title. A chosen one is someone who remembers who they truly are. At the deepest level, every human is a spiritual being having a human experience. In that sense, we are all chosen, but not all of us are chosen for the same role. That is why there are 9 types. Each type exists for a reason. Each carries a different responsibility. Each serves the same higher purpose to uplift humanity, but in a different way. Many people feel called, yet confused, because they sense the calling, but do not understand the role. They know there is more to life than what they see. They feel different. They feel responsible for something they cannot fully explain. Yet without clarity, that calling turns into restlessness instead of purpose. This is why understanding the 9 types matters. Your type is not defined by talent, education, or personality. It is revealed by how you naturally move through the world, what you notice first, what you cannot ignore, what you feel compelled to protect, challenge, heal, or reveal. Some are meant to see before others see. Some are meant to break free and show a new way of living. Some are meant to speak truth even when it is uncomfortable. Some are meant to inspire quietly. Some are still awakening, learning how to step into their role. None of these roles is higher than another. They are different pieces of the same design. As you listen to the 9 types, do not ask which one sounds impressive. Ask which one feels familiar. Which one explains your inner struggle? Which one makes sense of your life without forcing it? Because when you recognize your role, confusion gives way to clarity, and clarity is the beginning of purpose. The first type of chosen one is the oracle. This is the one who sees before others do, not because they try to predict the future, but because they are naturally tuned to what lies beneath the surface. Throughout history, oracles were sought in times of uncertainty. Kings, generals, and leaders turned to them not for comfort, but for truth. The oracle carries a rare combination of awareness. They see what others overlook. They hear what is not spoken. They feel what others are unable or unwilling to feel. This is why the oracle is deeply intuitive, often empathic, often overwhelmed. They may know what will happen before it unfolds. They may sense danger, change, or truth long before it becomes visible. And because of this, they often feel out of place in the world. The oracle does not exist to impress or control outcomes. Their role is to reveal, to bring clarity where there is confusion, to warn when others are still asleep, to guide when the path ahead is unclear. This role is not light. Oracles are often misunderstood, ignored when they speak too early, questioned when the truth is uncomfortable. Yet their presence is essential. They stand at the threshold between what is seen and what is unseen, translating wisdom into understanding for those who are ready to listen. If you are an oracle, your challenge is not to be louder, it is to remain clear. The second type of chosen one is the free spirit. This is the one who cannot be contained by systems. Rules feel heavy to them. Expectations feel restrictive. From an early age, the free spirit senses that something is wrong with the way life is structured. They see routines that drain the soul, paths that promise security but cost authenticity. They are often labeled rebellious, unfocused, unreliable. But this misses the truth. The free spirit is not here to escape responsibility. They are here to challenge limitation. Their calling is freedom, not as indulgence, but as a reminder that life was not meant to be lived in quiet resignation. That identity is not meant to be inherited without question. That obedience without awareness leads to emptiness. The free spirit shows others that another way exists, often without preaching, often simply by refusing to live a life that feels false. This role is difficult. Free spirits are pressured to settle, to choose safety over truth. to silence the part of them that knows there is more. When they deny their nature, they feel trapped. When they honor it, they become a signal, proof that freedom is possible. If you are a free spirit, your task is not to fight the world. It is to live honestly within it. The third type of chosen one is the truth teller. This is the one who cannot live comfortably with lies. Silence feels heavier than consequences. Pretending feels like betrayal. The truth teller does not speak to provoke. They speak because not speaking costs them more. They sense when something is false the moment it appears. They notice the gap between words and reality. And once they see it, they cannot unsee it. Because of this, they are often misunderstood, seen as difficult, accused of being too direct, too intense, or too disruptive. But the truth teller carries a necessary role. They stabilize reality. In rooms full of performance, they bring authenticity. In systems built on illusion, they expose cracks, not to destroy, but to correct. This role requires courage. Truth tellers are rarely rewarded immediately. They may stand alone. They may be resisted before they are respected. Yet history always turns toward them. If you are a truth teller, your responsibility is not to soften the truth to be accepted. It is to speak it with integrity and let reality do the rest. The fourth type of chosen one is the inspiring infiltrator. This is the one who awakens others without confrontation. They do not push truth. They embed it. Their influence moves quietly through beauty, creativity, presence, or expression, often through art, often through culture, often through platforms meant for entertainment. They understand something important. People resist being told what to see, but they open when they are inspired. Because of this, the inspiring infiltrator blends truth with familiarity, like nourishment hidden inside a pleasant meal. The message enters before resistance forms. They are often underestimated, seen as superficial, dismissed as just an artist or just an influencer. But beneath the surface, they are deeply aware. They know they are here to shift perception, not by force, but by resonance. This role carries discipline. They must remain clear while moving through noisy spaces. They must protect the message from being diluted by ego or attention. If you are an inspiring infiltrator, your strength is not volume, it is subtlety. The fifth type of chosen one is the confused chosen one. This is the one who is awake but not yet aligned. They see the illusion. They sense the calling, yet they remain unsure how to step fully into it. They know the system is flawed. They recognize the patterns of control and distraction. They understand there is more to life than survival and routine. And still, they feel stuck, not because they lack awareness, but because awareness has not yet turned into action. This type often lives between two worlds, one foot in truth, one foot in fear, obligation, or uncertainty. They may read, study, reflect, and question deeply, yet hesitate when it comes time to move. This confusion is not failure, it is transition. The confused chosen one appears when awakening outpaces courage, when clarity arrives before readiness. Their task is not to know more, it is to choose, to bring inner understanding into lived reality, to let truth shape daily life, not just inner thought. If you are a confused chosen one, your discomfort is a signal. You are closer than you think. The sixth type of chosen one is the hermit. This is the one who needs distance to remain clear. Noise overwhelms them. Crowds drain them. The hermit is not antisocial. They are internally focused. They turn inward not to escape the world, but to understand it. Solitude sharpens their awareness. Silence restores their balance. Nature feels like home because it asks nothing of them. From the outside, they may seem withdrawn, private, difficult to reach, but inwardly, the hermit is always working, observing patterns, processing emotion, listening beyond words. They understand something many overlook. Clarity does not come from constant input. It comes from stillness. This role carries its own challenge. When forced to stay in environments that move too fast, the hermit loses themselves. They become exhausted, irritable, or numb. Yet when they honor their need for space, they become grounded, wise, deeply present. If you are a hermit, your task is not to isolate forever. It is to return to the world only after you have listened within. The seventh type of chosen one is the warrior. This is the one who stands firm when others retreat. Conflict does not frighten them. Injustice awakens them. The warrior is not driven by anger. They are driven by conviction. They sense when truth is being threatened. They recognize when power is abused, and they step forward even when it costs them. Warriors are often misunderstood, labeled aggressive, seen as divisive, but their role is necessary. They confront what others avoid. They challenge lies that grow comfortable. They defend sovereignty, personal and collective. This path is demanding. The warrior rarely finds peace by remaining silent. Restraint feels like betrayal. Action feels like alignment, yet their greatest battle is internal. To fight without becoming what they oppose. To stand strong without losing compassion. If you are a warrior, your strength is not force. It is clarity in motion. The 8th type of chosen one is the healer. This is the one who is drawn to restoration. They notice imbalance where others adapt to it. They feel compelled to bring the body, mind, and spirit back into harmony. The healer understands that suffering is not random. It is often the result of disconnection from the body, from truth, from natural rhythms. They are naturally attentive to health, energy, and well-being, not as trends, but as responsibility. Many healers lead by example, through lifestyle, through discipline, through embodiment. They show that vitality is not accidental. It is cultivated. This role carries a quiet danger. Healers often give more than they restore. They focus on others while neglecting themselves. Burnout becomes the shadow of their calling. True healing begins inward. If you are a healer, your first responsibility is not to save others. It is to remain whole. The 9th type of chosen one is the elder. This is the one who carries wisdom earned through time, not information, integration. The elder has lived many cycles. They have observed patterns repeat. They understand that growth does not happen in haste. Because of this, they speak with weight. When they speak at all, across cultures, elders have served as keepers of memory, shamans, guides, teachers. They are not chosen because of age alone, but because of perspective. They have endured loss without bitterness, change without resistance, responsibility without seeking recognition. Their role is guidance, to help others see the long view, to remind humanity of what has been forgotten, to protect wisdom that cannot be replaced once lost. The elder does not chase attention. Attention comes to them. If you are an elder, your presence itself is instruction. Closing. 1 purpose, 9 roles. All 9 types exist for the same reason. Not to compete, not to rank, but to serve. Each role carries a different burden, a different strength, a different responsibility. No role is complete without the others. When you recognize your type, confusion begins to settle. Direction emerges. You don't become someone new. You remember who you've always been.